Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on an episode. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we applied specialized industries to a new city. In today's episode, we are going to be doing something pretty similar, but we're going to be looking at the forestry industry, particularly because we are going to be working on the Quebec side of the river today, and there's a lot of industry demand, and we're close to a forest, so I thought it was a good time to do that. If you're new to the series, welcome to Ottawa-Gatineau, a Ottawa-Gatineau themed city where half of the city is in Ontario and half of the city is in Quebec. So therefore, we can build two very different cities across the river from one another. So in today's episode, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing some industry demands, or meeting some industry demand and starting the forestry industry. But another suggestion that I got in the comments, which I agree with 100%, is we should make the Quebec side of the city European theme and the Ontario side of the city North American theme. So because of that, we're going to start to transition the Quebec side of the city to European demands. We also need to build a high school today, which we'll also build in the Quebec side of things, because this is the episode where we're going to be building in Quebec. I try and flip-flop every other episode between Quebec and Ontario. So we're going to be building the forestry industry out over this way. This is a lot of forest over here. We do have like some forest out this way, which I think will probably be the final kind of version of the forestry industry, but we really need to get that going because we have so much industry demand. And I don't want to build any more of like the classic industry kind of stuff. So I'm looking for an opportunity that we can kind of use to kind of meet that demand without actually kind of building just vast swaths of yellow industry demand. So I think if we get a bridge from over here, we can bridge across the Gatineau River pretty simply. With that in mind, I should actually probably name the river because that's something I like to do in my series, to kind of place names down. But I'm thinking the bridge itself should probably be from about this point here across the river. If we're looking at the terrain, oh yeah, here we go. We're pretty steep on this side. It's a bit tricky to see with the zoning, but on this side it's a bit more flat, and we have a bit of space, right, particularly in this spot, for the road to potentially curve or something like that. That's something I look for when we're building bridges. So let's start with the bridge, then we'll move on to the naming of the rivers, then we can talk about the forestry industry. So we're seeing that right about here we're starting to curve underneath, following the river here. I think that this would be a really cool spot for an old-timey bridge. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build an old-timey bridge right here. Let's see. Looks like we're going to need to come out a little bit first. Alright, so we're using just the basic bridge here. Unfortunately, it looked like the bridge I was planning on using needed more height than we have available, so that is okay though. We have a very flat bridge running across here. I know it's a lot lower than this rail bridge. This rail bridge will not stay past a few more episodes. But then we're going to be swinging up the hill here. We have a bit of a mound, like a larger hill right here, so we're going to curve around it. Then we're going to kind of figure out a way to kind of get in this kind of territory. I feel like this is the best opportunity to get the forestry industry, and then it will stay, because I'm planning on building up a lot of this zone with like city. So if we're wanting the forestry industry to remain past like, I don't know, like 10 episodes or something, I don't know how far along we're going to get. It's best to get it as far away from this corner and right across the river from Wellington as possible. So we're going to try and kind of just weave the road through here. Then we're going to need to buy these tiles. All right, so we have this road through the forest here, which looks awesome. And it looks like the slopes are pretty good. It's a bit tricky to see the sloping tool sometimes. Whoa, this is awesome. Oh, I love the retaining walls. That's very cool. I'm just so impressed by how the road mechanics work in this game. It looks like it has like my favorite mod integrated into it, which from City Skylines 1, which is the network multi-tool. So I love it. I think that's great. But we're going to need to upgrade this road to that medium road because this is going to see a lot of traffic, right? So it'd be nice to get the medium road kind of upgraded to this point. And then I don't really mind kind of, having it like this. That's fine. But maybe we could even upgrade just the upgrade this little portion to an asymmetrical road. There we go. So now we have some extra turning lanes for this area too, which is very efficient of us. With that in mind, this could easily be a roundabout should we need to in the future. But I really like this kind of winding road. But let's name the rivers. Awesome. Okay. So with that in mind now, I think we should probably start to transition some of the residential zoning and commercial zoning over to the European theme while that's kind of happening and the demand is kind of coming back, that's when we start the forestry industry out over here. So let's start with the Alanis Morissette's mansion area. This is Alanis Morissette's mansion. I think I have some fun things planned once we get the other mansions, but I think this is a good spot for it. I just think we need to rework the roads a little bit. But let's start with this area, and we're going to just de-zone it, I think. Let's see. So we have more Quebec. Can we change anything via the district? This is the first time I'm actually looking into the district tool itself. I thought we'd probably just have to rezone things. Speed bumps. Oh, that's cool. All right, so we're going to click the European, and then we have the European low density housing, the European medium density row housing, and so on and so forth. If we click the North American symbol here, we get the North American ones. So hold me to this. If I forget and you notice, please let me know because I really, really want this to kind of continue as a cool theme. All right, so we're just going to start with this kind of area over here. Oh, I missed these two office buildings, it seems. Everyone's so mad at me. Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to make it all thematic. And then we have this little teeny commercial building I forgot. Oh my goodness. And I might have just deleted that bus stop. I did just delete that bus stop. All right, so that has eaten up all of our demand. I'm going to throw it on 3 speed. And let's move over back to the forestry industry. So we're following along our winding road, and then we get to the end of it. And now this road is probably going to continue out this way. It only makes sense that if we're kind of connecting it up across the river here with a bridge connection, that it would probably continue. And I wonder if maybe historically this road actually continued out this way, but they maybe made like a diversion here or something like that along Hawthorne Street. And then maybe the stone mining company owned the land or whatever. And that's why we kind of see this kind of break in the road here, which is pretty normal to see. So let's find a cool area with our terrain. And let's see. This is a little steep over here. This is a little too unforested. So maybe we kind of look at this pocket here as a cool opportunity for our forestry industry. And then what we'll do is we'll use the gravel road again. And then from about this point here, we will come straight off of this. Just like that. And then we'll do a bit of a curve here. All right, so a huge forestry industry out over here. I just figured, like, what would the logging company own? It would probably own land beyond the road, so the road probably has a certain amount of like lots on it. But then their forestry industry would probably own a lot of it. There would probably be an access road somewhere, so maybe we could even draw in like a fake access road, but it's pretty steep here, so maybe not. But maybe we could even just continue this as like a show that perhaps this is an old logging road. Oh, it's because we're inside of the forestry zone. Okay, so that would make sense. So the company, Chirperstein, making wood, medium noise. Efficiency is at 111%. Let's take a look at our production. Logging, yeah, we're making a surplus. Awesome. We still have a bit of a deficit from the livestock, but that is okay. Let's maybe think about trying to get another one of those in today. That would be cool. So let's see. What else can we do? Looks like the zoning has kind of filled in a little bit. We got a bit more of our demand. Sorry, we got like all of our demands back, which is good to see. Let's throw it on 3-speed, and let's continue to kind of rezone in this little pocket. So we have some European apartment buildings. I don't mind these ones, but we might need to use North American apartment buildings and then European theme. I mean, these buildings look awesome. Wow. Oh, hey, dog park. Actually, you know what? Let's try and just leave it as best we can, because these apartment buildings look pretty thematic, I think. I really like this building here. That's really cool. And then we have European gas stations over here too. Fantastic. Okay. Well, let's continue rezoning, and I think we got to rezone all this Main Street now. Okay, interesting note. I don't need to rezone the offices. I thought that there would have been a European office theme. There is not. So yeah, let's just keep that in mind when you're doing it yourself. That there is no European office theme. Wow, I just placed down a park in the middle of all that residential, and look at that. We unlocked a busy town with 9 more tiles. Holy cow, we have so many tiles available to us. And 7 more development points, 1.6 million money in our bank account. But what did we unlock? We unlocked gated community. Oh, interesting. Only people living or working within the district are allowed in. This increases the well-being of its residents and reduces crime in the area. It does not affect city services. Interesting. We also unlocked ore mining, but we don't have any ore near us. We also got a loan limit increase. The next milestone is Big Town, where we unlock high density zoning. Wow. Okay. That's pretty awesome. But let's rezone here. We're gonna have a ton of stuff pop in here. Very, very good to see. Lots of traffic going around, lots of redevelopment happening. Fantastic. So what else do we need to do today? Well, last episode we unlocked a couple things. We unlocked the high school, which we got to do, but also the welfare office. We haven't done this yet. So I was thinking that the welfare office, wow, this is a large building. Could be somewhere kind of centrally located, but it's a little too big. So why don't we think about kind of expanding the grid out a little bit? Maybe we could get the welfare office. I mean, it looks like a nice building from here. Let's see if we can get it off of this view. Yeah, I think this building could even be like a waterfront kind of building. This seems really nice. Okay, so let's try and place it like right in here maybe, and then maybe we think about continuing the grid out a little bit more. So this island I'm not going to be building on today, but I'm going to be deleting this road connection because it would be better suited if we brought this road through and then connected it up that way. So I brought this road in here because I'm thinking of connecting the two, but we also got to do some landscaping. All right, so I managed to bring the grid over across this road, and it took an incredibly long amount of time to get right, and all the darn grid squares and stuff like that. So it's actually as close as I've gotten it in literally 20 minutes of finagling with the roads. The grid, the finickiness of the grid markers is something that I hope gets fixed, because I just love just the simple, why does there need to be a little gap here kind of thing. Like I just, it's a little frustrating. So I've been able to get it just right after longer than I expected for this area, because we were going to get the welfare office on this spot. So this is going to be the last of the grid markers before we kind of transition to something else. I just wanted to kind of continue the grid across the road so that it looks all kind of equal, as best as I can get it, at least. So this welfare office is going to go right here. I thought that this was a cool spot for it. It's a nice building. It's brick, so I like it. Let's just grab it with the relocate, and then let's turn off snapping. And I want to see if I can get this even better, because it would be awesome if we could just get it right up against the corner here. Okay, fantastic. That looks awesome. Let's just kind of detail this up a little bit, and let's get a pedestrian pathway right here. Let's see if we can just kind of get a path right beside it like this. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, there we go. I guess that's some type of stair. Jeez, that's funny how that all worked out. But let's get a path right there, and then we can connect it up another way down the road. Slope too steep. Yeah, there we go. We got another connection there. But the welfare office is going to come in handy for the citizens of our city. Operating districts. Whoa. Select operating districts. Well, let's get it to Moore and Wellington for now. And we can see if that works out. Actually, you know what? Moore needs to have its borders extended. Awesome. Okay, that is great to see. But we also need a high school. That was something else that we talked about. And my gosh, our industry demand is back at full maximum power. So let's see if we can maybe get a bit more industry up in the hills here, and hopefully that will help sort things out a little bit. Because I don't want too much on Hawthorne Street. It's a bit too steep of a road, and then same thing here. I don't really want anything here. So yeah, we're looking at in this kind of territory then. All right, so now I think we're also looking at transitioning some of these areas to the European ones, but also we got to figure out a place for the high school. Yeah, like comparatively to some of these buildings here, the high school is so big. I mean, but these buildings look really cool. I like this. This isn't 100% the style of Quebec, but I think this works out just fine. So I'm thinking the high school would be nice to kind of get in this pocket here. We might need to actually buy another tile to get the high school in. So let's purchase this one. And yeah, I think maybe we can find a spot through here to get the high school on. So I think maybe we level this ground out a little bit. We might be able to sneak it behind the post office, which I suppose we should move again. It seems like we move a post office every single episode. So let's move the post office. All right, so we're gonna get the high school over here. Let's level out some terrain. Oh, you know what? I don't think I showed this. So I put a little bridge over here. Yeah, I cut so much of the video because I was just fiddling around with the zoning for so long. But yeah, I thought this was a cool spot for a bridge. So yeah, I enjoy that a lot. All right, let's get moving on this because we're running out of time in today's episode for my recording. But that's okay. We can have a shorter episode today. That's fine. So let's smooth out the terrain through here because we're going to need a lot of space in this kind of area. So let's just kind of smooth out the edges. Yeah, this looks like a good amount of space. So right off of here, we can get like a little kind of road coming off of this. That's pretty good. Hopefully the grid stays. My goodness, I'm losing the grid. What the heck? The grid and me have been having quite the tough day today. Okay, very good. Getting those extra lanes in here. Let's actually get a 5-lane asymmetrical road right in this little slot. that would be good to have that extra turning lane, and then same thing right through here. So let's get that high school in. Here it is, high school. Huge building. Let's see, can it go? Yeah, I think this is probably the best bet for it. And we're missing some road access. That's fine. That's why we have this over here. So with that high school is very grand, isn't it? Maybe we can extend it a little bit. Extension wings. Okay, that's fine. We can do those later. But then we have the, whoa, the sports field. Okay, the sports field's got to go over to here. Let's see. I don't want it to kind of clip too much with the roads, but it'd be cool to get it as close as we can. How does it look if we do that? Oh, it actually looks really good. And I like the fence on it too. Yeah, that's really cool. Right beside all the industrial action, we got a cool sports field. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so with that high school in place now, I think we can then continue dezoning and rezoning in this area. All right, so we're going to be rezoning that, and I'm trying to think of what we should put up behind some of these buildings here. And I was thinking a good kind of idea would be to get some of this office demand out of here by throwing in a couple office buildings on these intersections. So I don't really mind having the offices back right up against these buildings. So I think we can easily just kind of throw this whole thing to be office, and we'll see what kind of pops up. But that's probably going to eat through most of our demand. So let's then add in a bit of commercial on this side here. We'll see what pops up. But I think this should help with our demands quite a bit. So let's see. We can get some commercial over there. And then we have a bit of commercial demand over on this side. I think we can safely get some commercial right here. And then we can easily put a bit more low density European zoning right in this kind of slot. Very, very good. We also have a bit of medium density demand. So we have some row housing. I think it'd be cool if we could get some row housing right here. But yeah, okay, this is turning out really good. I would like to zone up a bit more throughout this area before the end of the day. So let's turn up 3 speed. And we have just an incredible amount of industry demand. That is very interesting about how much demand we have. All right, so let's see. Maybe we can squeeze in a bit more industry kind of in. This is the post office. So why don't we get a bit of industry right here? And we should be good there. Maybe we extend a bit more out this way. And maybe this is just a little teeny park right here, so we can easily just fill that in with industry, and hopefully that should kill some of the demand that we have. But the high school has 14 employees. Where can we see how many people are using the high school? I guess that would be in here. Education. High school, 66 students. We don't have a college yet or university, but yeah, I think this is going to be working out pretty good. Let's grab a bus line, because we have our bus line. Let's grab the waypoints here, and let's just move it into the high school. Oh, cool. You can actually bring it into the parking lot. That's awesome. Okay, well, let's do that. And then we'll bring this waypoint into here too. And then let's move the stops. Let's see if we can delete these ones. There we go. 2 bus shelters on this road here. That's awesome. That should help bring the local Quebec students to the school. Okay, so with all this in mind here, what should we place in this little pocket over here? It's a bit of an awkward little zone. I'm thinking in this kind of area here, it would be nice to get a bit of commercial, but I don't know if the demand is there for commercial in this pocket. We do have a lot of residential demand though. That is interesting. Let's see if we can get some commercial there. Yeah, people are wanting to go to shopping over there, but then also along this main street here, it would be nice to get a bit of commercial happening. This is a bit of an awkward little corner. In these little awkward corners, I used to love to put some medium density housing, because like you can get like 1 or 2 buildings in here, but it looks really nice. I'm curious to see what can pop up in this kind of slot here for European zoning, and it looks like we're actually doing pretty good here. We can actually get a lot of buildings in this pocket here, and then maybe some row housing right here because it's a bit of a tighter little area. But then we can maybe get another commercial building right here. This is behind the crematorium, so it's a bit awkward, but maybe we can get, yeah, a bit more commercial. I think would be good along this avenue. Right in here, I don't think we should zone anything up. Doesn't really make sense to. It's a bit tight of a little corner here. So I think maybe we can just kind of deal with some landscaping. But what about in this little pocket here? It's right in front of the high school. It's a bit of a strange spot, but I think a plaza would work. Kind of like a little area for the students to hang out. Ooh, this is actually really cool. This is in front of the bus stop right here, so I wonder if this can work. Let's turn off snapping, and then let's try and slide it right in here. All right, if we back it right up to Hemlock Street, it should look really cool. Yeah, it does. So let's move the bus stop. Let's click the bus stop here, relocate it to right here. And hopefully that worked. But yeah, this looks great. Let's maybe think about moving the waypoint as well off of Hemlock Street and on to this road. There we go. Now we don't have the crazy little dipsy doodle there. So yeah, this is good. But let's get a few more parks in here. This is really cool. We have the small playground. It's not really high school related. Tennis court, outdoor gym, skate park. Oh, the skate park would be awesome. In front of the high school. Basketball courts. Oh, okay. Let's turn on snapping. Let's see if we can snap these in anywhere. Bit of a little tough spot over here, isn't it? I wonder if we could get a little bit of a road though. All right, so we're getting a bit of commercial over here by the high school. I thought that would be a good kind of blocker of the industry that we have nearby. Put a bit of activities out this way too. But let's just smooth out the terrain a little bit. It's a bit kind of tough. So what I like doing is just kind of removing the hitbox from the area. And then coming back after we kind of buff it out a little bit. And then just, it makes it seem a lot more realistic to kind of do it this way. Same thing right here. Let's kind of buff out all of this. I know we're on a huge hill though. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this little connection here. It looks kind of like a service road too, which is nice. But then the back side of this though, there is pavement. I wonder if maybe we could, or if we should get a road behind here. Let's see, we can line it up like that. And then should we connect it up to this road? I'd rather not. So maybe we can connect it up over to here. Yeah, I think this would make sense to do, and then this road can continue off into the hills or whatever. But let's see. I think we should probably get a bit of a road out this way. And man, the zoning is so strange because I don't really want anything on this hill now. So I think maybe we can work on that next time. We're in Quebec, but let's get a few more high density or medium density buildings behind here. I thought this was a quiet little spot for some residential zoning. And then also right along the waterfront here would be really cool to live. So this is going to raise the terrain by doing this, and we'll be able to create some cool paths behind here, hopefully. Now we're getting a bit too tough on this spot. We might not be able to have enough, there might not be enough space to do that because we're so elevated now. But yeah, this is looking cool. I'm not loving the commercial building here, so I'm going to delete it and change up the zoning type, maybe to an office. We do have some office demand, so yeah, I think it would be cool to get an office building right here. All right, so did we manage to switch over all the zoning? I think we did. Okay, this is looking good. I think maybe we can even get a touch more zoning through here. Wrong zoning. Whoa. Low density through here, and then right up to this corner. Wow, new signature building, Pop Musician Mansion. Okay, wow, very, very cool. Let's get that in place. And we'll place this down over here. Why don't we actually just rejig some things at the in the mansion row here? So let's just move Alanis Morissette's mansion. All right, welcome to Charlie Major's Historical Mansion. Charlie Major is a Canadian country singer from Aylmer, Quebec, and I thought, which is in Gatineau area, and I thought that since this kind of looks like a ranch, I was like, oh, we got to find a country artist from the area. So apparently, I don't know this person, but they were just inducted to the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. So that is awesome to see. So we're running out of space on our mansion row here, but we'll sure find some more slots here. But let's get a couple more houses through here. I thought maybe it'd be nice to kind of just fill out this space a little bit. But yeah, we are doing real good here with our demands, aren't we? Let's get a bit more out this way. And I think we'll probably have to call it soon. So we have some medium density zoning, but it might be for the Ontario side of things because we haven't done anything with this side. And look what's happened. We got a bunch of icons. We only have one over here. So it's funny how things work. But I think we did a lot today. A lot of rezoning. Some cool expansion plans over here too, which is nice. Maybe we just kind of try and fill in a bit of housing over on this side, and then we'll end up calling it for the day. All right, I really like these medium density buildings down this hill here. That's really cool. I feel like when we're looking at the height of the city, that's going to really help kind of taper it off. Whoa, smokestacks everywhere. But yeah, this is really, really nice. I'm really enjoying how this looks. We're probably going to need to rezone a lot of this along the waterfront here when we get to it, because that is some prime real estate. But I think we did a lot today. Let's take a look at the forestry industry. This is what we really started off with today. Really simple, but oh my gosh, there are logging trucks. Where is this truck going? Is it going to take down this tree? Oh, we lost it. Where'd it go? There it is. I was just driving around. Okay. Is it actually going to take a log down? I'm so fascinated by this now. No, it's just cruising along back to here. Okay. Well, this one's going out. Let's see where this one's going. This one's huge. There's no trees out this way. So that's too funny. Okay, but let's take a look at the production. Because, yeah, look at this. A ton of cash. We didn't end up doing any livestock. That's okay. But yeah, this is looking really cool. I'm really enjoying how our city is turning out, folks. Let's take our screenshot of the city by the high school area. Yeah, we'll do the high school kind of looking down into the city. So I hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Let's chat soon. Peace out.